And it says that we're live now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been almost 2 years since I've done anything on this channel of Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews. Um, wow. I never thought I would come back here, to be honest with you. Even though back late in 2023, I did make the announcement I'll be stepping away from regular content, regular reviews. I did leave the door open that if a special need arises or if something special happens, that I will come back and do a special stream. Well, my wife and I, as well as our wonderful friend over there, made our first trip to Japan. So I think that was a special occasion to come back and do a stream. So everybody, thank you so much for being here on this special edition of Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews. Again, it's not a full-time comeback. It's just something that we want to do to talk about our first trip to Japan, courtesy of the great John Ruffin. But before I get into the chat, let me do my Steve Harvey thing. And of course, I got two special co-hosts, two of the closest people on the planet to me, honestly. Down there, my beautiful wife, who's in the other room, Queen GMK herself, Sandra. How you doing, sweetie?
I am marvelous. I hope everybody is.
Great. And of course, like normally she would be like right here by my side, but we decided since she has her own collection room that sometimes puts mine to shame, if I'm really being honest with you. We decided to rig it up where she can be doing stuff from her own collection room. And you know what? We may start doing that, like, you know, on cam or maybe back here, whatever. She'll start doing more stuff from her space. Because believe it or not, Sandra is very, very territorial. And I am too, but she's more so. Like to the point, like let's say the that Spiral GMK that came out a couple years ago, right? She got hers first. I got mine like a year or two afterwards, right? At first, I wasn't going to get it because I was happy just seeing hers. But one day, it was like on a computer, and I stopped and I touched it, and I asked Sandra, like, Sandra, you know what? Technically, since we're married, we own this thing, right? And after that, I wish I could tell you what happened. But the only thing I can tell you is I woke up on the floor 8 hours later drooling. So that should tell you right there how territorial she is, especially when it comes to GMK. But again, thank you, Sandra, for being here. You know, we had a great time in Japan, our first time to Japan, lots to get into. But of course, that couldn't happen without the awesome Kaiju professor himself, amazing toy photographer, our professor on Collect All Monsters, the one and the only MyKaijus.com, John the Beast Ruffin. What's going on,
John?
Yes.
I'm so blessed to be on both of you, and it's an honor to be with you in Japan on your first trip. And I'm just, I could not have asked for a better time, and to have that time with you guys was awesome. And thanks for having me on tonight. Your words are too kind.
No, you were too kind for, you know, doing what you did and helping us out, you know, especially during the trip. You know, you took us places that I've only seen in the movies and to see them up close and personal, and to get your wisdom and history behind what we're seeing. The fact we saw so many great things, Godzilla related, Japan related, we couldn't have done it without you, you know. So thank you so much. Before we go into the trip itself, let me highlight some comments here. We got Nathaniel Plummer. He said, "Hi,
Hey,
Sandra."
Nathaniel.
He says Sandra is smart, caring, beautiful, and super awesome. Leslie and John are just okay, I guess.
You, Nathaniel.
He said, Leslie, I will buy you a Godzilla 2000 KOC for $20. Please say yes. You're gonna give me a backhanded compliment and ask to buy one of my most prized possessions? Okay. I mean, you know what? You uplifted my wife, so you know I'll take it under consideration.
Right.
Speaking of family. What's up, Rich?
How you doing? Let's see.
What's going on?
Awesome.
Let's see who else. Ray 2D2. What's going on tonight on a very special episode of Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews? Hello, all. How you doing? Fancy the Cat says, I was shocked when Leslie mentioned his age yesterday. Black don't crack, it's the truth. Yeah. It's no secret. I'm knocking on 50's door, and I feel it
Oh boy.
every time I step out of bed every morning. But it is what it is. But of course, Rich said hi to Sandra and John.
Hey,
Good.
Rich.
Good man.
Adrian is up in the chat. What's up? What's
Adrian.
going on? Let's see. Colin Matt 57. Hey everyone, can't wait to hear more about the Japan trip. Oh yeah, a lot
Hey,
to talk
yes,
about.
yes.
Let's see who else. And Mabe
Thank you.
8675. How you doing? How you doing?
Hey,
Thank you.
hey.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be here just for a couple hours. You know how I like to do things when it comes to streams, be in and out in 2 hours because I'm trying to be mindful of people's times and things of that nature. So let me give you the backstory about how we came to Japan for the first time. Sandra and I originally was going to come in 2020. If I remember that correctly, we were originally going to come to Japan in 2020, but things went south with the world around that time, and it kind of like put off because again the world went dark for like 2 years, and then after that we started doing more things, and Japan just kept pushing back and back. But back in 2024, Sandra was like, we're going next year. Like, look, I don't care what you got to do. I don't care what figures that you want to buy or you're not going to buy, but I want the money by this date. I need it by this date because we're going to Japan by this date. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we decided to go on Godzilla Day, and we enlisted the help of John Ruffin, because he's been to Japan many times. He lived there for a few years, several years, in fact. And also Helmy, Helmy from the Collect All Monsters side of things. He helped us out with the trip, and we were going to meet up with Kyle and his wife, and David ended up going. So it ended up being like this big, real shindig of a trip, which we'll go into, step by step. Not every single thing, because we did see a lot of things and experience a lot of things that we can't really cover in 2 hours. But we're going to do the best that we can. But first off, right off the bat, let me ask Sandra this. What was it like, when we finally got on the plane? And, I take it back to when we were in Detroit, and we were at the gate waiting for our connecting flight, and you see the information on the Delta panel that says Tokyo Haneda, and that was our flight going to Japan. So how did you feel about just seeing that before we even got on the plane?
I was like, this is really happening. We're really going to do it. I was like, this is finally happening. I was just so excited that we made it for the moment. I mean, we had been waiting for 2 years. I mean, I chased down the tickets, kept waiting and looking and waiting to find good prices. And we got an amazing price on Delta, kept chasing down the prices. And it was just exciting. It was just so exciting.
And
Finally see that. Mm-hmm.
And we were finally touched down in Japan, and just even though it was at night, like how did it feel? Seeing the Japanese billboards with the Japanese jargon, or even see the half of the Godzilla head that we went into the concourse. Like, how did that feel?
Priceless. It was priceless. I mean, as soon as we landed, I was like, this is so surreal. I mean, this is really happening, and we're here, and we're about to have an amazing time. This is something that we've always talked about. We've dreamed about it. Sometimes people talk about stuff, one day I'm going to do this, and it never happens. But this has been somewhere I've always wanted to go to all my life, even before I met Leslie. And he said the same for him. And it's something that we made happen, and we made it happen together. And it just was one of the happiest moments of my life. Wow. Really.
John Ruffin, you're in the hot seat. Again, you've been to Japan, several times, many times. You lived there, like I said. How does this trip stand out from the other trips you have done going to Japan?
Oh, wow. It's nothing like most of my trips I've traveled by myself. And there's only been a handful of trips that I've taken with friends and family. I just saw, I think Alex is on. We went a couple in 2024. With that said, it's really a blessing to be able to go with someone, and then go with people you love and you appreciate, and to see you all go on your first trip, and just to see your reactions. And I capture some of the moments in film on video and photos. That makes that's the pleasure, that I get because I've seen, I've been there, and every time I go, it feels like going for the first time. But when seeing you all, that made my trip. And I tell you, there's been many trips I said, well, I wish I was with somebody, wish, someone, and then to go with someone who loves Godzilla. That's that's like, and not feel like, well, I'm gonna go over here and y'all go over here, and I'll be back with you.
Right.
So, yeah, this was fantastic and a blessing, a real blessing. You all probably don't know in all kinds of ways. So it was an honor to be with you in this one of my best trips. I'll never forget. And I'm glad I took more pictures this time around than probably any other trip. So I'm glad. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And the thing about it is that again, when we planned this trip, like you were the first person that we contacted and say, we want to have you on this trip, because we knew before we're going over there that it'd be nice to go with somebody who, not only somebody that we know, somebody we can trust, but somebody who's actually been there and know the lay of the land, so to speak. And we've always been close, like Sandra and I and you, John. We've always been close, like like family. So it was a no brainer. And spoiler alert, we're going back again in 2027. I'm just saying. So so I can't wait to go back with you, and this time hit up Osaka and other places and things of that nature. But and you never know. Maybe we can squeeze in Okinawa. You never know. But we can. But we'll talk about that when the time comes. But again, we landed on October 31st, Halloween. We landed on that Friday. And John and Helmer was there to meet us at the airport. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. And they took us to our hotel. And we really didn't do anything that night because we were just tired from the trip, and not much really you can do. But John ended up going to his hotel, and we ended up staying there hours. And we, along with Helmy, went to a Japanese ramen restaurant that was not near, that was near where the hotel was. And I think that was Sandra's first realization that we were in such a different vibe of a place, because we're walking down the alleys and it felt, even though it was pitch black at night, it felt so safe. The streets were clean. Sandra, talk about that for a couple seconds.
I want to tell you, I thought Hawaii was very, very clean. Japan is a couple notches above. It is so clean. I mean, you see gutters and they're clean alleyways, clean. Everywhere that you went in Japan was just clean, very, very clean, tight, neat. One of the cleanest places I've ever been in my life. Just it makes you feel good when things are nice and neat and you feel safe. You see police officers riding their bicycles around, or walking on foot patrol. We was walking down alleyways 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. We'd walk back to our hotel room carrying bags of stuff that we bought. Nobody bothered us. Nobody. And we didn't have no problem.
That's awesome. Guess who's in the chat? That's Frank.
Frank!
Frank! Oh man!
I'm definitely gonna give Frank a shout out, because I'm gonna tell you, when we get a chance, I gotta tell you something about Mr. Frank. That he gets my first comment. I'll tell you.
Frank is awesome.
Yeah, Frank is awesome. Yeah,
he is fantastic. I'll tell you. Well, I'll just tell you right now, Frank. He brought us a goodie bag.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing in that goodie bag. In my goodie bag that he gave me was the menthol, what they call muscle pads for sore muscles from walking, because in our time there, we walked over 200,000 steps. And Frank, I mean, that was my number one thing that I had there, because buddy, thank you. I mean, because the only thing that really bothered me was my shins, but that,
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, moving along, we'll talk about that later. But thank you again, Frank. I just wanted to give you, a quick 5 seconds of fame on that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
We got Eric Stoltz in the chat. What's going on, Eric?
Hey, Eric.
Also, we got a question from Alex to you, Sandra and John.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Did you have Coco Curry? John.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Almost
John.
pulled up the.
John.
Yes.
Take the wheel on that one. Then Sandra
Yeah,
can you
John,
go.
go ahead.
Okay.
I'll follow behind you, John.
Look,
John.
you can't go to Japan without having cocoa curry.
Yeah. Yes.
That's my lifeline because I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 10 years, and like, forget about vegetarian food. 10 years ago in Japan or 20 years ago or whatever. Forget about it. And so cocoa curry, when they introduced a few years ago, a safe vegetarian curry, it was on. I was back to cocoa curry because I was doing it all in with meats. And boy, so we were hit. They had the cocoa curry near my hotel in Akasaka. They had a special going with a little card. If you had 5 meals, you get something, 10 meals. I filled it up to 6 meals. I was going every day. And we went together. And I didn't want to force it. I didn't want y'all to, like, everybody have to go where I wanted to go.
Oh, it was so good. Oh my God.
But it's a nice staple. Cocoa curry.
Yeah.
Japanese curry is great. And then, that nice menu, and you can just sit there, pop that, get that meal, and be on your way.
Yeah, I had chicken curry, and it was really good. The chicken curry, it was really, really good. I'm like, oh, I was like, man, John, what did you do to me? Because it was so good. So good.
Alex and I, we went a couple times.
Oh my God.
I don't know what he got when he went back by himself his next trip, but it's a nice staple. When you
it is, man, it is. I ate so much. I was even eating steamed rice for breakfast. I mean, I just couldn't get enough steamed rice. I mean, I was eating breakfast and lunch. It's like every time I had a chance to eat steamed rice, I was between that and the melon and then melon bread. Thanks, L. L did that to me for the melon bread because I was like, oh my God. And those waffles.
Yeah. Oh, and I found a pack of Japanese candy in my bag the other day. He just devoured it in a few minutes.
Yeah, that cocoa curry was really cool. I think I had the udon, the noodles, udon, I think.
Yeah.
But I think that was the day I was kind of like stuffed up just a little bit from the flight in, and I was kind of like stuffed up. I think also from the day before while we were walking, whatever. But let me tell you, when I had that bowl of udon and it was hot, it cleared my sinuses. I can smell North Korea. Like that's how they.
Oh my God.
Right.
Oh my God.
I'm about to cry right now. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
No, but it cleared up my sinuses. I was like, oh wow.
Oh wow.
Like I can smell Thursday.
Yeah.
Good God Almighty.
Yeah.
That's so awesome, But again, we had a great time at that ramen shop that we hit the first night we were there. The next day was on a Saturday. That's when we hit up pretty much the Mandarake circuit. All the shopping stores, Ami, Radio Kakan, Donkey, and Nakano Broadway, and all these shops.
About 300 of them. It felt like.
Yeah, and it was an experience. It was an experience. There's one thing I will say about Japan. Just keep in mind, there's a lot of walking involved, which is fine, but at the same time, there are a lot of people there, and these shops are not really big open shops. There are shops that maybe can fit maybe 8 people sometimes at a time, and sometimes you have to wait outside, maybe have a couple of people filter out, then go in, But for the most part, you see a lot of these treasures that you see online right there in front of you, and it's like that's when you have to really put on some self-control because John and Helmy let us know, like, look, we're gonna see other stores on this trip, so don't blow everything all in this one setting that you see right here, which was thank you for saying that because everything I saw, I was like, yep, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Sandra, on the other hand, she was like, this is all cool, but I want to see more Safubi. So I was like, so I'm kind of like nudging Helmy, like, Helmy, if we don't see some Safubi, like somebody's getting cut. I'm just saying, like, we need to, but that first day of shopping was really, 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 really cool. We did get some get some cool stuff. It pale in comparison what we got a few days later that required 3 duffel bags, but we'll get more into that later. But Les, you know what? Let me just highlight. Let me just do this screen share with these pictures and see what's and we'll talk about it. And then John, you can cycle through whatever pictures you want to do. But right here, this was when we first touched down in Japan on that Friday, Halloween. Like I said, John and Helmi was there to greet us. And if you, I don't know if I can zoom in, but right there, if you can zoom in. Yeah, John, there you go. Right there. See that right there? That is the Godzilla diorama that they were beginning to construct. That she should be up and running in December. Am I right, John?
Yeah, I think so. The dorsal fins are going in place now. I saw it a couple nights ago. Yeah, looking really good. His focus is a little better. He's fleshing out. They're doing things.
Yeah. That was the first thing that we saw. Like, as soon as we got into that concourse, that's the first thing we saw looking back at us. Like, so we knew right then that this trip was going to be awesome. Like, I mean, like Sandra, like, how'd you feel seeing basically Godzilla greet us at the airport?
Oh, I just said it's on and popping. I was like, we are at the Godzilla movie, man. I was like,
Godzilla's everywhere.
Yes, I mean, literally everywhere. I was like, if you don't see Godzilla in Japan, there's something wrong, you know. Something is wrong, really wrong.
Yeah. So that was cool. Oh, okay. Now this shot right here, this was at the Tamashii Nations store in Tokyo in Akihabara. The SH Monster Arts, line, the figure arts line, and there was a store where we saw that Mega Gira, Sandra.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I wanted it, and they didn't have it on sale. I mean, they didn't have it. I wanted it.
Yeah, they didn't have it on sale. I think you had to pre-order it, but that Mega Gira did look great,
Ooh, yeah.
And again, that's a monster and a movie that I'm sure all of us agree deserves some more recognition, honestly. But seeing all the SH Monster Arts and figure art stuff up close and personal, and for cheap prices, because our dollar is more favorable to the yen right now. We can get things for a cheaper price over there. But that was cool. But yes, that's a diorama that they have depicting the SH Monster Arts Godzilla, 2000, up against Mega Giras, recreating that scene where they battle in Odaiba. So that's cool. Yeah. Like, John, what you think about that?
I love it. I'm gonna get it. It's pricey, but you can't deny the quality, and we finally are getting Mega Giras, and it's like perfect. I think they did a fantastic job.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wish you could get the diorama too. But everything is
that was one of the main reasons why I got that Godzilla 2000, because I haven't really dipped into SH Monster Arts in the longest time. I mean, I tried back in the day. I tried to keep up with it, but it was just not really my thing. And I've gotten a couple through the years sporadically, very, very rare. But since Godzilla 2000 was like a major focal point of the Godzilla Day festivities, obviously, I was like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and get it for a cheaper price. As a matter of fact, Sandra was the one that got it for me. So I thank her for that. But if I didn't go to the Tamashii Nations and saw that thing up close and personal, I probably would have got it in the first place. But that thing is really, really cool. Really, really cool. What else you got over there, John?
I got more pictures from that.
Okay.
Tamashii Nations in general. These are all chronological. Oh, they're the.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was the other diorama of Godzilla versus Destroyer. Again, celebrating this anniversary next month in a few weeks. Sandra, what you think about this diorama?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, it just makes you want to go in there and open the case up and start taking that stuff out. I was like, I want one. I want one. I was like, God bless. How come they don't have that stuff out here so I can buy it? I was like, it's hard to have self-control over there. As you'll see later on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm sorry, it's random. Okay.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Let me back out because Let me back out. Let me go back to her. All right. Okay. Go ahead, Leslie. I'll just zoom into one and then I'll pick when we
Yeah,
something
yeah,
on the content.
yeah. Go to the next one of that big build I just saw with the yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Let me go back. Let me get the full selection of images.
Okay.
So
That right there was the Godzilla light show that they did in Shinjuku. Now, before we get to that, that's actually that building right there. That's actually a Godzilla film location that John was so happy to let me know because he knows that I'm a huge fan of the first Heisei Godzilla film, The Return of Godzilla 1984, aka Godzilla 1985. And that is the building where Godzilla collapses into after he comes across the Super X for the first time.
there we
That
go.
building right there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about going to Japan. When you see these places like in person, up close and personal, that you've seen in movies, it just makes it very, very surreal. And to me, when I was looking at that building, being at the foot of it, I started to imagine how Godzilla would look, like how would he be, like size-wise, up against that building. But to actually be there on site into that building from an iconic moment from a Godzilla film, and Japan is just there's endless amounts of film locations that you go to. Sometimes you stumble across them, but the fact that we saw this up close and personal was really, really cool. And John, I'm sure you've seen this building many times before, but I know you're an 84 fan. So how do you feel about this moment?
Oh gosh, every time you get to see any Godzilla location, it's amazing. But 84 in particular, and you just walk around this area and but 84 blends into 91 and you're just happy and a little bit you're like, yeah. And I hadn't been over in this area at night for a long time, and it was a wonderful occasion to be there at night. But especially I could just imagine the maser tanks or whatever they were shooting their lasers across Godzilla in 84, in these locations. So, and you can just imagine Japan's defense force driving the vehicles through these iconic locations, So yeah, love it. I could just sat there all night and took it all in.
Yeah, and that was before we got to the big building, the big tax building, where Godzilla and Mecha King Ghidorah fought in 1991, that they demolished. And that was the area where they did a Godzilla light show on those buildings, the projection mapping, where they used that building and it's like a giant projector. Like when people they screen movies like in their backyard, have like this big sheet and they project, the movie onto the sheet. They basically project like this mini sequence onto this building. And it was Godzilla related. And Godzilla was fighting the Super X too, and it had music and lights and everything. And it was free to the public, so we were able to just sit right there and just enjoy it. Sandra, how'd you feel seeing this light show up close and personal?
Oh man, it was amazing. I mean, you had people there that was laying on the grass, laid back with the kids on blankets and just lay back watching it. I mean, it looked so realistic. I mean, with the big Godzilla on the building, I mean, he looked so life-size, lifelike, looked like he was going to, start walking out on the ground, So it was great. I thought it was just beautiful.
That's it right there. That's it right there.
Yep. Like he was going to come out. Looked like he was going to come out the building.
Yep. That's exactly what the point of it was. It makes it seem like he's in the building about to come out, but you see this little mini battle sequence between him and the Super X2. Call back to Godzilla versus Biollante, obviously. But to see that up close and personal, and again,
amazing.
You not only see it, but they also have like speakers where you hear the roars and the footsteps, and you hear the atomic blast going, and the lasers of the Super X firing back at him, and also the Akira Ifukube score is just blasting all around you. It's like a giant theater. It's like an open outdoor theater, but with Godzilla. So it was so cool. Like John, like what do you think?
Oh man, it was fantastic. Now to be honest, I wanted to see the second one that was after this, but we would have had a brutal day of walking.
Yeah.
And fatigue. This one was great. I wish we could have stayed for the second one, but I think it's fantastic. I wish they would figure out how to do a movie projection,
Right.
our feature film Godzilla movie on, especially '91 would be amazing to watch, or see select scenes from this location. But I think these are fantastic, and like you said, the sound and all, and everybody sitting around enjoying it together. I mean, this is something you do on 4th of July. We are celebrating 4th of July. It's like a holiday feeling. It was a holiday. Was this Godzilla Day? No, it wasn't Godzilla Day. No.
No,
I think
this
it was like the
was
day before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
this was that Saturday.
That's
Godzilla
Yeah,
Day was like 2
Saturday.
days later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday. But I like how they do how they have so many Godzilla events that are free. I mean, it's just, it's just free to everyone who wants to participate, because it's just like you were saying, like with July 4th, it's just like a family thing. So Godzilla is like a family thing over to in Japan, to celebrate it, you know, figure. It's, Godzilla is, marker in Japan. So it's celebrated, so it's free,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why again when we go back in 2027, I don't think that we should go on Godzilla Day because that's just so much
Right.
going on. Because
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla is celebrated pretty much almost every day, or at least every
Mm-hmm.
week in Japan. There's always something
Right.
going on,
Right.
so we don't really need
Right.
to go on Godzilla Day because it was kind of overwhelming, honestly, with all the people there, and it was Culture Day that day also, which we didn't know until we
Yeah.
got there.
Right.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from the day, but
Mm-hmm.
it can be overwhelming sometimes. So please, if you're going to Japan, please keep that in mind. But that was pretty much the end of the first day. We went Monterake and shopping and Akihabara and things like that. And we saw the that light show at the very end of the of that day. And that shot right there that you just saw, this is actually images from Godzilla Day that day on Monday, November 3rd. Go back to that shot with all of us, John. And this was us making our way to the Tokyo Dome. John, Sandra and I, and of course his friend
Yusan.
Yusan,
Mm-hmm.
which she was a doll baby. Let me tell you that,
Mm-hmm.
ladies and gentlemen, because
Yes.
when we got to the Tokyo Dome where the festivities were held, Frank was there first, and we got there in line with him. Thank you, Frank, for allowing us to come in line with you.
Yeah.
But the way it was set up, because we were already in line to get inside the Tokyo Dome, because they had a room set up for the festivities. It wasn't the entirety of the Tokyo Dome; it was like in one section. So we're standing in line, but yet where we're standing in line was like between two buildings, and it blocked the sun from beaming. And it was already a chilly day, and the wind was coming through. And I'm doing my best to huddle around Sandra and try to give my body heat to her. And you saw she came with us, but she had like a scarf or a throw on her, a blanket,
Yeah,
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she notices that Sandra's kind of like struggling, whatever. And without asking, she just gives her a throw and like, here, just use it to keep warm. And she, after we sat down inside, she went and got us drinks, and then those are things. And that's the thing. I appreciate that anybody that does anything for me or for my wife or my family that doesn't have to do that, but they do it anyway. So the fact that she did that, what I'm saying, like she's really, really, at least to me, she's really, really cool people.
Very sweet. Very
Sandra,
sweet.
Sandra, what you have to say about that?
Oh, Yusan, she is very genuine, very sweet. I mean, she is one of a kind. She's definitely got a friend in me, that's for sure. She sure is. I can't wait to see her again in a couple of years.
You hear that, John? So make sure that happens. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we all. I know you said she got stuff going on, but you let her know that we're gonna need a block of her time before we come
That's
back
right.
over there.
Well, I've already invited her to come see us. So, yep, she can come over here.
I mean,
being together, all of us being together.
That's right. That's right.
I appreciate her.
Yes, yeah, she is.
So John, so how did it feel for you? Being there on Godzilla Day. Of course, you've been to other Godzilla days before, but how did it feel this year? All of us being there and enjoying the moment with each other.
That is what makes it great. Is being together. that's everything about Godzilla Day. And the previous couple, years before Alex, it was we were there together, and Yusan came. We were all together, and seeing everybody from the Godzilla community on Facebook or just coming from all over. Gonzalez. I mean, just a lot of folk just coming and streaming in. You don't see them too long, and we get group shots together. We just, it's like, hey, oh my gosh, and see Ed was there, Frank, man, and you never know who's going to show up. One year, Harold from Figure Mania surprised me. I didn't know he was going to be there. It's just, you just never who's. But this year in a new venue, Tavia, Godzilla Square, and we went there. It's wonderful. You kind of could see how we would outgrow it, because as soon as we got the Tokyo Dome, I mean, the lines were formed and people were, and it's a little narrower in that, walking through from the stage to the stands and things, a little tight, but I like it because we got to sit down. We really worked out that we were on that last row.
Oh yeah, we looked out on that one.
Yeah, in the center too. We was in the center in the last row, in the center. Couldn't have got any better than that.
Yeah, right. Oh, look. I got those.
Yes. So we get to Godzilla Day, and again, we got there. Again, we saw Frank, and as I'm talking, John, you could just cycle through the images I'm talking through. But yeah, we saw Frank, and again, he allowed us to come in line. So thank you again, Frank, for that. And that's another thing. Like the people around us, like you would think that he would have got pushback from the Japanese people that were around us, but apparently, I don't think he did get any pushback. I don't think so. Which goes to show you that again, the Japanese people, they're awesome. Like they're either one or two ways to me. They're either overly friendly or they'll just leave you alone. They're very, very, they're very, very respectful, very, very reserved. So that was refreshing and nice to see. So we get into the Godzilla Day festivities, and again, we lucked out when we saw Frank because we were at the position where we got the last few seats on the bleachers, on the last bleachers in the venue. So anybody that was after us, they were SOL. They were either standing, for hours on end, or they couldn't even get inside the venue because they were outside because it was so packed. So we had Lady Luck on our side. And to be there to witness this event, the announcement of the next Toho Godzilla film, Godzilla -0. Sandra, what do you think?
Oh, I mean, we all screamed. I mean, it was like one big happy family. We were all screaming and clapping it. Oh, it was just so exciting. It's like, I can't wait, I mean, we all, you can see everybody look at us. I just feel like we were like kids, like, yes, we were just so excited. Like, we do it. We just wanted to know what the title of the thing was. So yeah, that was just like, Santa Claus Christmas, it's like, it was wonderful. I loved it,
Yeah.
To see everybody excited, the adrenaline, it's like scoring a touchdown. So that's what I thought about it.
Yeah. And also again, we were just enjoying the festivities. Watching all the merch, that was coming. Now, granted, it was all in Japanese, so we really couldn't understand what they were saying. We were just happy just to be there, and all that good stuff. Now, originally, we were supposed to meet up with Kyle and David and Helmy, and we were all going to do some other things together. But I ended up getting hurt that day, honestly, and I couldn't really finish the leg of the trip with them, honestly. So we decided just to go back to Akihabara while they went off and did their own thing, and that kind of was like the rest of the trip, honestly, because I really couldn't walk on my foot. I kind of went into that last night on the cam stream with my haul, and as you can hear our dogs going crazy in the background. Sorry about that, but so what happened after Godzilla Day, after we left the Tokyo Dome, Sandra and I, we went back to Akihabara. John went off and did his thing, and we went to we started going shopping at Akihabara, and that's where I got my Gigantic 2002, and Sandra got a couple Hedras, I'm sure that she'll show off and all that good stuff. Um, so that was a really fun day, despite the fact that I was kind of hurt, because again, the 2 days prior to that, we did so much walking. I knew that we would go walking, and honestly, I did have problems with my foot prior to the trip, but I thought it was well under control. But it flared up again once I did all that walking, which is understandable. Like I said, I'm older, I'm bigger, I do a lot of things in my job, but it is what it is. But afterwards, we end up having like some good times, and John showed us some great sights. And we did see Kyle and them like the last day we were there, but we couldn't finish like the rest of the leg of the trip that Hillman originally planned for us. But it ended up working out for the best. As a matter of fact, there goes Kyle right there.
There you go.
He said, Lady Kyle and I were watching. We had to get ready for our day and walk the dogs. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great rest of the stream game. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Hey, Lady Kyle.
Thank you very much. So again, that was basically Godzilla Day. Nothing really big happened outside of the announcement of -0 and a couple of merch announcements and some Godzilla related events that they're gonna be doing, blah blah blah. Really, the highlight of that day was just being there in person, enjoying the festivities with lots of Godzilla fans, like-minded fans, even kids walking around in like Godzilla-like costumes or like pajamas, and walking around and just to see that much enthusiasm for Godzilla was really, really cool. And I actually asked Frank the day before, and I'll ask you this, John, to kind of like, segue into the next topic. I've always wondered how the Japanese feel about how us Americans or people abroad feel about Godzilla. Like, how do they feel that we love this franchise, these movies, these characters, and blah, blah, blah. And Frank told me that there are some Japanese people who are actually proud of that. Some people are proud of the fact that when you think of Japan, the first thing people think of is Godzilla. He also told me that there are some Japanese who feel like that's an insult, who feel like that, that Japan is more than just a fictional monster, despite how popular he is. John, where do you land on that?
Yeah, I can see exactly what Frank. I can understand both. From what I see on social media, is sometimes mixed. I think there's a great appreciation that we pay attention, that we do appreciate Godzilla and we follow, and then there's sometimes the disappointment when we don't sometimes understand Godzilla in all his nuances and backstory. I don't mean to get go too deep in the weeds, but last weekend I had to be out, and but I got to be with my family, and we watched Frankenstein. That's on Netflix, and if you haven't seen it, please check Frankenstein out. Fantastic film. Gory, but fantastic. With that said, you really see the backstory, and you put all these pieces of the puzzle about Frankenstein in a brilliant story that was written many, many years ago. Godzilla's just like that, and I think when you go that deep, I had the honor of meeting a dear now Japanese friend of mine during a trip before you all came in. I don't think you were there when I got there a couple days before you did. And there's just a certain level of, about Godzilla and what Godzilla means. And I think when we see those details, those cultural aspects about Godzilla that tie to the history, and I think that is appreciated too. And that asks for those who appreciate us are following of Godzilla. But I can also see it shouldn't cloud out all the other aspects. For me, Godzilla was a gateway to Japan and to Japanese culture.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how important Godzilla really meaning is to their history, and now their post-war history. And I think Godzilla -1 helped to reintroduce a new generation to that in new ways.
Sandra, since you've been to Japan, how do you feel about that sentiment about, Godzilla being the first thing people think of when they think about Japan, who may not be a fan or anything like that. I guess my better question is, since coming back from Japan, outside of Godzilla, what's the first thing you think of when you think about Japan?
I think about them being very high tech. I think they're far more advanced than we are. Think about how intelligent Japanese people are, just how more advanced they are. Like I said, Godzilla is is something that they have embraced, and that is you know equal. But high tech is what they use to make their money, to go forth to be a powerful nation. I think Japan is more powerful than people think, and they're very, very smart people. Um, Very, like I said, very reserved but very smart. I was just amazed at their train system. I told you that when we was there. I
Yes.
said, whoever configured that out, you have
Okay.
an 18 different train lines, and for them to be going different places
Be on
and
time and yeah.
be on time and crisscross and all that. I said they're a genius. I said you go to these stores and things are digital. You can just scan everything, and everything's underground, and you're going all to these lines, and you can put your phone down and just go, and you don't even have to swipe a card. You just put your phone down or whatever and go right through the gate to go catch your train and everything. I said, whoever designed all this stuff is a genius. They're so more high tech. That's what comes to my mind with Japan. Not only Godzilla, but you know, it's how smart the Japanese are. Very, very smart people. But they're very kind and very humble people. I mean, it was just a very cultural experience for me just to see it, and not you read about it and you see programs about it, but just to actually experience it and see it for yourself, it's a totally different, you know, brings a different point of view when you see it for yourself.
And you know what? It's also like for me, what was eye opening, the fact that everywhere
Hmm.
we turn, everywhere we came across people, like I said, especially like in the service, like in our hotel, like or just going to a restaurant, they were so nice. Like I had no bad interaction with anybody while I was over there. And
Yep.
even then, while we were walking in the subway system, like I said, and it's really really fast paced, and sometimes you have to know where you're going because you're maybe walking in like in a pack of people, and maybe they go in one pace and you go in another. But since we're tourists, obviously we don't know where we're going, we don't know what to do, we're just following either Helmy or John, and there may be times where they may get ahead of us, and so we're trying to catch up with them, or maybe we're going slow. Over here, if that happens, you may hear somebody behind you that's trying to get around you, but you're going slow, and then you might hear, "Oh my God, just go, just we're quick to be very frustrated, But over there, it's like if you're slow in front of one person, they'll just kindly go around you, won't say a word, or
Yep.
they'll even
Hmm.
acknowledge you. They'll like, and that was really
Hmm.
eye opening for me. Also, the
Hmm.
fact that we see little children from like 7-year-old to
Hmm.
10-year-olds walking by themselves, like on streets.
They're like 5 years old. They had those little orange school bus looking
Yes,
bus collar caps on, going to school,
in
walking to
Tokyo,
school.
in
Yep.
Tokyo, by
Hmm.
these busy highways and byways where buses and cars and tractor trailers and straight trucks and just whizzing real
Hmm.
fast by each other, and they're just casually walking,
Hmm.
by themselves, maybe in packs,
Yep.
with the yellow
Hmm.
hats, which brought me back to Godzilla's Revenge, because if you remember, Ichiro in their film wears a yellow hat, and I
Hmm.
find out there's a dark tie into that. The reason why those kids wear those bright yellow hats, in some cases we saw red, is because a lot of these kids go to school and they're active, in Tokyo, where by these dangerous highways and streets and stuff like that. And they wear those bright color hats to make it easy for for drivers to spot them as they're driving so they won't get hit. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, that was really cool. But to see these children, young children, were I wouldn't trust my 5-year-old walking anywhere by themselves. But the fact that the environment over there is so cool where they can do that. That was eye-opening to me, especially being a father. I know Sandra too, her being a mother. I'm like, Sandra, like these kids are walking by themselves. And Sandra's like, where the mama?
I said, not in America. I said, not in America. That would not happen. I mean, I wouldn't even like mine walking to the bell box by herself. I'm like, no. But it wasn't even, it was blocks. I mean, it was, and they had their lunch box and books in the back, strapped onto them. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm like, this little kid's walking by herself. And I'm like, it's got to be like 5 years old. And I'm like, holy cow, I'm just, it was just amazing.
Yeah, that was very, very eye-opening.
It was.
John, do me a favor. Can you post up those pictures of the slide that I sent to you? I'm gonna talk about the day before, but before we go into the day after Godzilla Day, that was the day that John wasn't with us. Unfortunately, we were supposed to meet up with him in Odaiba later on that evening, but by the time we got to Odaiba, he already moved on. We did meet up with him for the next day for Godzilla Day. But on this day, on Sunday, after the first day in Akihabara on that Saturday where we did all the shopping and we saw the Godzilla light show that night. The very next day, Sandra, Helmi, Kyle, Lady Kyle, David, and Frank and his awesome son, Frank drove us up to the Kurihama Flower Park, where there's this awesome Godzilla slide that was there. The slide is like maybe, I would say 18, 20 feet tall, I believe. And it's a lifelike structure of the Heisei Godzilla. I think it's a 92, honestly. Now, before we get to the park, at least before we get to the slide, right? There's, it's kind of like a steep hill to get up there, and it's in the flower park where you see a whole bunch of cosmos flowers in this field, which is a beautiful sight to see before you get up there. But it's kind of like a steep climb up there. And they did kind of cover this on the last Collector Monsters episode last weekend, but I'll go into it here. So it's like, again, it's all of us going up this hill and we kind of get separated. So in the front is Helmi, me, and Sandra. And like later on is Frank and I think his son, Lady Kyle and Kyle. And I think David was like way behind taking pictures of spiders or something like that. And so me and Helmi is like the first ones to get up the hill. And as soon as I saw like the top of his head and a little bit of a dorsal spikes. Now, mind you, like I said, I'm knocking on 50's door. So the steep climb was kind of heavy on me where I'm kind of going real slow. But as soon as I saw Godzilla, I felt like a 4-year-old and I just ran. I took off. I was
like, run, Forrest, run.
I took off like the police was behind me. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I just took off. It's like, and I ran up to the Godzilla statue. And no, people, I did not go into the slide. Because the slide, for one, I couldn't fit myself, honestly. But I was just so happy seeing that thing up close and personal. And it's funny because Helmi talked about that last week. But when I ran up to the statue, now mind you, there's like Japanese families that are there. There's some that are having picnics around the slide, whatever. And then all of a sudden, imagine how they feel when they see this giant black man just coming out of nowhere running towards them. And Helm was like, dude, chill out. Like, chill out. Like, you're freaking him out. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to these people that I have never met. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not here for you. I'm here for him. So I'm sorry if I freaked you out. I am so sorry, But that was a great, 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 great thing to see. Sandra, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I don't know which one I was so excited about, the big Godzilla or seeing you run to it, because that was priceless right there. I was like, go Forrest, run. So you run into it. I was like, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I was just like a big kid. So just to see you get excited, it just made me so happy. I was like, yeah, we're here. He's seeing it. I said, this is just great. It is absolutely great. And then, I saw the Godzilla. I said, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I said, I want one. I was like, I can put it right. We got land. We can put that thing right on the property. It's like, I want one. Yep.
Yeah, and we took so many pictures of that thing. We were there for at least like an hour, and
Yes.
I watched the Cam episode last week, and y'all don't know this, but Frank was on the show. He took my place, when I couldn't make it last week, Sandra, because mom was in town, and he actually told a story, a real cool story about that day. Apparently, one of his son's classmates, his mom, I think his classmate was there at the slide at the same
Oh,
time
wow.
we were there, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, and Frank meets his wife like I think at a Navy base. They were having dinner, and then they meet the mom, the classmate who was there on the same day we were. And basically, the classmate said it in so many words that when he grows up, he wants to be like us because he see all of us
Oh,
smiling, having a great time, enjoying
aw.
ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We were
Aw.
acting just like the kids were, because there were so many kids running around on the slide saying Godzilla, and we were just doing the same thing except not going in the
Oh yeah.
slide, mind
I
you.
came that close going up that slide. I was like, I'm gonna do it. But I was like, nah. I was like, nah. Unless it'll be done scold me. What are you doing? It's like, nah, I just won't do it then.
And Frank said basically the Japanese moms who were there were talking about us. Just they were
Oh,
reacting to us having a great time seeing the statue.
oh
Um,
yeah.
Frank, if you're still around, maybe you can confirm that in the chat. But that was a nice thing to
Yeah.
hear that they see us appreciate,
That's being
and
excited about it. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I wanted to ask John about, how the Japanese feel about us loving Godzilla so much to the point where we're willing to come to the country and experience more of their country. That's why I wanted to ask that question. But that really was a fun day. Have you ever been to that slide, John?
Yes, and you saw our good friend Ed or
Yes.
Holland, and he took me 2019, I think it was. He surprised me. I was blown away by it. Like you all, when we went, there was no one there but ourselves. I think there might have been some kids that came later, but it wasn't as busy as you all had it. But man, I love that thing. That
Yeah, and that's where Ed brought me a some melon bread. Oh, OMG. Okay, it don't taste like melon, but I've already watched how to make that stuff about 5 times. I'm like, if I could just make that melon
absolutely,
bread, that
bread is real.
oh my gosh, it's like cake. It just I don't know what they do, but they that melon bread is so soft. I was like, that was amazing. He brought that. He said it was from a fresh bakery. Ed, mm, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love that stuff. Send me some of that. I love it.
I'm gonna highlight a few comments before we go into the next topic. Helmi's in the chat. Helmi's here.
Oh, hell,
Helmet.
how you doing?
It said Helmi. Japan is definitely not a one-time visit, so I wouldn't stress about planning the epic trip or saving a ton. Just start planning the first short trip. Japan will blow your experiences, and you'll be back. Absolutely. Let's see who else. Let's see. Ray2D2 says the slide is great, even as a sculpture alone. Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Yes.
Yes. Again, I didn't even try to attempt to get into the slide because I was looking at the size of the opening in his crotch, and I did not want to be stuck in that crotch because that would have followed me
That'll
to
make
my
that.
dying day. So I did not even attempt to do
Oh my
that. And
god.
besides, I already freaked people out when I came out of nowhere and started running at people. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to, make us be banned from that site. Honestly.
Right.
Let's see. This person says, "I'm glad to see you're back, man. I were literally my." Oh, he said you were literally my childhood. I think he means my channel. Well, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Aw, that's
Thank you,
sweet.
thank you. Again, this is not a reoccurring thing. This is something that it's like a rare thing. Because remember when I did stop doing reviews, I did say that I would come back every now and then if the special need arises. So this is not me saying, yeah, I'm gonna start doing regular reviews again. I mean that's not happening. But I still had the channel up so y'all can see the things I've done over years. And for people who still ask me to come back, I really do appreciate that. Like that, it just shows that, all the work I've done, even though it was just fun, it really made a difference. And like during that time, you saw my kids grow up, like you saw my wife, like things I don't normally share. I don't really expose that much of my personal life, but you saw a lot of it, during my time on Leslie Chambers College Reviews. Of course, done epic collaborations with John, over the years, But again, that's why I can't really, and I never will delete that, because it's part of my life, and I enjoyed it. But at the same time, it's time to move on. But I do appreciate everybody who wants to still want me to come back and all that good stuff. But you still can see me on Collect All Monsters. Let's see. Frank said, yes, we were the subject of conversation that day. Frank, maybe if you can, Ray2D2 says, or maybe John, maybe you can say, what is the text and names under that slide? Do you think those were contributors to the slide and made it happen?
Yeah,
I'm not really sure.
So, I think it lays out, yeah.
But while you figuring it out, we're gonna add the pastor to the stage to bless us right now. What's going on, Marcellus?
What's up, dude? What's up, y'all?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Is that John to the joke to the O to the H to the N? And there's Sandra. I got your backup music. I'm jealous, man. Y'all left me. I'm small enough. I done lost so much weight, bro. You could have put me in a suitcase. You could have put me down in the bottom with the pants. Bro, you could have done anything. I could have got in one of Sandra's Louis Vuitton purses, like something. Like, what's up, man? I just jumped on here real quick. Like, it was everything. Like, Leslie took me. I was in my whole church holy convocation at the time. And so, but every day Leslie was taking me through them journeys. Insane. Oh my God. That was just, listen, it was so crazy. I was just like, how can you even pick what is the best thing that y'all did down there? It's like every picture he sent me, it was like a wow. And then that wow outdid the next wow. And that wow outdid the next wow to the wow to the wow. It just kept wilding out. Yo, it was crazy. Yo, okay, so here's my questions. Just got some quick questions. Dude, okay, so first of all, the only thing he didn't do, Sandra, and I told him to, so he's just a disobedient. He can never be one of my church members because he's disobedient. Even though he did so much, he's still disobedient. Because one of the things I asked him was, he that dude that you just be like, look, he sat down for like 30 days. Yo, I asked him, I said, I want to know what y'all eating down there. I want to see the food. Like, the food.
I have pictures of some food.
Yeah. So what was the best? Listen, what was the best food y'all ate? Look at all that. Look at that. What was the best food that y'all ate that was something different than you've ever had? Look at that. Oh my God. Yeah. So that's what y'all gonna do? That's what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna throw every meal up in my face like that? That's what y'all gonna every meal was that good?
It was good. Like the curry was really good, but I also loved like the bakeries, like the melon bread and the waffles. Oh my God, the Belgian waffles. Oh.
Okay, what's this melon bread y'all keep saying? Is it watermelon that's made in the bread? What is going on?
It's not even melon at all. It's like a bread that has like a cookie over top of the bread, but it's soft as cake.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I like it, bro. So
that mean I can come. That mean I can come down there to Raleigh and you got something for me because I meant that much that y'all brought something back. Oh, is that what it is?
I tell you, it would have made it back. Look, John and I.
Okay, I know I'm just interrupting the show. What was the best thing y'all ate that you've never had before?
Curry chicken.
The curry chicken.
The curry chicken.
Look at Leslie.
That curry chicken was that curry. It was so good. It was so good. It really was good. I love it. Yeah, it was. It was.
What made it
was
different than what we eat here?
the spices. It was just really good. I mean, I told him I was eating steamed rice for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like, every time it just tastes different than it does here because it's always gummy over here.
Are you
Here
serious?
over there, it's like coconut is so fresh and flaky, but it's warm and moist. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Wow, wow. I think Leslie then got real quiet because I'm asking him too. So Sandra, that means you got some in Raleigh, right? Just say yeah. Even if you don't, just say yeah.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I'm
Leslie.
obedient.
Right. Yo, so let me ask you this. What was the best thing y'all saw down there?
Ooh.
That just
Ooh.
blew. What was the best thing that
Oh,
just blew you away? Like that,
okay.
like you was just literally like, because you sent me pictures, and every time you sent me pictures, I was sitting there like, are you kidding me? Like, what was the thing you looked at and your mouth just dropped, and you were just like, how? How did they do that?
Ooh.
I'll tell you what,
Ooh.
I go first, then you, John, and then you, Sandra.
Ooh.
I would say the place that made me drop my jaw was Toho Studios.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I can see
like
that.
like I cannot begin to tell you, and I'm being so serious when I say that. This is not me putting on a show or whatever, but as a matter of fact, you're about to see it right now. But
Yeah, y'all look really good in that video.
thank you.
I mean, okay. Sandra, you got him together. My brother looked nice right there. Okay, see y'all.
I was getting all the candid shots. I mean, getting them in the reactions. They don't know
Right.
what video I had.
Right.
But I'll say being there, that that right there is when I saw the Godzilla statue for the first time that you see at the foot
Really?
of Toho Studios. But being there, the reason why I went to Japan, not only because of my beautiful wife and my great friend John, the reason I went to Japan is because I am a Godzilla fan. If Godzilla vs. Megalon does not happen, I do not go to Japan.
Right,
So to
right.
see that place where Megalon was filmed, GMK was filmed, Destroyer was filmed, Terror of Mechagodzilla was filmed, all the movies that we have grown up watching, that we still watch religiously to this day,
Right.
was made at that place, right there. That was the icing on the cake. That was I literally I had to stand there for
Yeah.
minutes on end and just breathe the air
Wow.
to the point I even called my mama because she's the one that got me being a Godzilla fan. John will tell you because I put it on FaceTime.
Wow.
I was like,
Right.
Mom,
Videos.
I was like, Mama, thank you so much. And my mom was like, Negro, what's wrong with you? I was like, Mama.
Right.
I was like, Mama, thank you. Like, you know, without you and Rodney, my older brother, waking me up that night to see Megalon,
Mm-hmm.
I would not be here.
Wow, look at that.
So that to me was the best thing I ever saw. John, what about you? What was the best thing that you ever saw?
Oh wow! You know, every time I go back, I feel like it's the first time. This trip. Oh wow! You know, it was. Okay, I won't spoil it, but when we went back, you can tell the story to see the Millennium suit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get there.
We'll get to that.
He said a
Yeah.
cheesecake.
Who said that? Who said? Was it Alex?
Rick said a cheesecake.
Okay.
But Sandra, I gotta ask you, like, how did you feel being there at Toho Studios?
Oh, man, I'm gonna tell you, I just wanted to go inside so bad. I kept looking at that guard. I was like, man, can you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go in there so
Right.
bad. Like, I want to be in there so bad. Like, but yeah, it was amazing. I just even being there, just the excitement of being there. It was just so great. And I was like, that movie, I seen that movie. I mean,
Wow.
it just makes you, it just does something to you. It just makes you
Yeah.
resonate and
Yeah.
feel, feel like you're part of that community when you're there,
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Mhm.
I just want to,
Okay.
can I get an autograph from somebody,
Oh, I didn't mean to get myself in
Yo,
No, no, you're fine.
that.
I always wanted to ask this. Oh, okay. So like if you're in, I always wanted to know this since I was a kid. So if you're in Dallas, right? Dallas is literally off of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Everything Dallas Cowboys, right? If you come here to Columbus, everything Columbus is Ohio State Buckeyes. Like
Mm.
it is
Yeah.
Ohio State Buckeyes ride or die. Like everything in the city is geared towards Ohio State Buckeyes, right? You go to LA, everything is geared towards the Lakers. Like everything is Lakers. I always want to know this. So where y'all were at is okay. So they'll say Dallas is a Dallas Cowboy state, not even just a city, it's a state. Is Tokyo really like a Godzilla state? Like is everything there, mostly everything there is predominantly like it's like geared towards that, like that is the big highlight of that country or that state type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So like if
It,
you come to
I know exactly what
you
you're
come
talking
to
about.
Columbus, everything here is Ohio State. I mean, from everything in the stores to streets to restaurant, everything is Ohio State. Is it
I,
like that they're dealing with Godzilla? That I always want to know that.
to me, I would think. I mean, Godzilla is
It's
prevalent a lot,
kaiju. Yeah, it's
but
kaiju
but but
related.
but for me, I think it's more anime related. I think you find more
Really?
anime. Yeah, I think you find more anime stuff than you do Godzilla stuff. 'Cause I'm sure there was a lot of. 'Cause I'm not a real big anime fan, but I'm sure while we're at Akihabara, I think Helmy can attest to this because he's in the chat. I'm sure there were a
Mm.
lot of anime stuff that we saw that we just didn't recognize because it went over our heads. I mean,
Got you.
Godzilla is prevalent,
Right, right, right.
throughout. I mean, if you're
Right.
asking if everywhere you see is Godzilla, no, no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no. But he is
But there's a
present.
plethora
But
of it. There is a
the thing
plethora
is,
of
Yeah.
stores. So,
Got you.
yeah.
So he
mhm.
would be like if in like we got Ohio State, but then what's very prevalent is the Cincinnati Bengals. Even though it's the NFL team, you see a lot of Cincinnati Bengals, but it's Ohio State Buckeye State. Okay, I got what you're saying. Got
Yeah.
what you're saying. I always want to know that because it seems like it is so much there. Uh, my last question to y'all, like, how did you feel the culture? Like that is big to me. Like, how was the culture? Was it difficult, like to relate to things? Um, I know John, he talks literally 59 different languages, so I know it's not a problem with John. But like how was how was the culture there? Like, is it like a eye opener? Is it like was always projected to us, or was it just like something that was very exciting to literally be a part of?
Um.
I'll answer that. It was very easy to
Really?
navigate. When you go, even if you go to a Burger King, there they do. You want to do it in Japanese, or you want to do it in English. At the
Really?
hotel, yeah. If you go even to different stores, even if you go to the hotel, if the front desk did not speak English, they had translators. If they didn't do it on the phone, they had a little translator thing. You speak into it, and they would speak back, and they'd say speak it back in English. So we had
Wow.
really didn't have any language issues. So it was very, 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 very easy. There's a lot of
So they're
English
set up
speakers
for
there.
for
Yes,
tourists and Americans to come through there then.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
English, yes.
Wow.
English. Yes,
I,
they
Wow.
are.
I
They
mean,
did. They did an amazing job.
there is a language barrier, but for the
Not
most
much.
part,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, they understand what you're saying. And if push come to shove, all you gotta do is
Mm-hmm.
pull out your phone, pull out your translator, and everything will be fine from there.
Mm-hmm.
Got
Um,
you.
John can explain more. John, answer his question if you can.
Oh, I think you all did a fantastic job. Um, And I think, Sandra, you were getting at it earlier. You're just talking about the cleanliness and the attention to, just a sense of maintaining spaces. You can see the cultural values come through.
Really? Right,
Just
right, right.
care for the earth and care for their environment.
Mm-hmm.
There's no perfect culture, but I'll be honest. My first extended time in Japan in 2008, when I came home, I had culture shock, just because of the how I'd grown so close to my students and to the Japanese that I had spent 3 months with. And
Mm-hmm.
I came home and was like, what the heck? We just treat each other so terribly.
Right, right.
And so there's a wonderful the thoughtfulness, at least on the surface public area, toward visitors is thoughtful. I know there's been some tough tourism over the last few years, but they've really been overwhelmed by tourists in a lot of ways, not prepared for tourism at times, and there's been some bad apples, that and influencers and YouTubers have been acting out. But I think you really just appreciate the culture when you're there, or the difference, and the care.
Wow.
Care for just the food preparation and I have to say this is just for me. Wherever I go to eat is always a great meal. Just there to having a good time, and the service is wonderful.
Wow.
Even to get at the level of engagement with the Japanese, just on the surface. Yes, Rich, you hit that.
Rick saying them, he keep going back to them snacks saying that they slap.
The 7-Eleven? The 7-Elevens?
Right.
Oh, yeah, they're different.
What?
Really?
What?
Really?
You can get all that chicken up in the 7-Elevens. What?
Right.
Yeah.
So they did have a lot of American stuff that's over in Japan, but it's like they got their own twist to their stuff.
Oh, they blow us out the wall.
Yeah, they had a Burger.
Wow.
They had a Burger King over there. They had like a KFC. They had a McDonald's.
What?
Yeah, but their Burger King was banging over there. Fresh veggies.
Yes.
They even had a Whopper that had 4 patties on it. I'm like, what?
Yes.
Shut the heck up. So we behind time, huh? So they more advanced than us.
I
Bruh.
told you. Yeah.
Bruh.
They serve beer.
Wow.
They serve beer at that Burger King.
Bruh. 3 double Whoppers over there cost $15. That's how great it is over there. 3 double Whoppers cost $15.
Yep.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
And fresh.
Yeah, but that was pretty much we, like I said, we were at Toe Studios for a good look for like an hour, just enjoying the statue, enjoying the murals, and just soaking up the atmosphere. It was funny while we were walking from the train station all the way to Toe Studios. It's like maybe like a 10-minute walk. You can like in certain shots you can actually see Mount Fuji like from a distance.
Yeah.
So, right there. If you zoom in, right where that telephone pole is, right there, that's Fuji. That's Mount Fuji, right there.
You called it, Leslie.
Yeah. You sent me that.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
wow.
after that, we hit up Toho Studios. As a matter of fact, this is a video I shot of Mount Fuji the day before we met John for Godzilla Day. So you can see up close and personal right there. Mount Fuji, where King Kong fought Godzilla, where Ghidorah fought Rodan, Mothra, and Godzilla, where we had that awesome battle and destroy all monsters. Mount Fuji, right there.
I mean, you got a great shot. I mean, it came out for you, just for y'all.
Man. Well, listen, I I'm gonna have to run, but I was so excited because I think it's almost like whatever you do or whatever you're part of, hobby wise, talent wise, no matter what your gift is, if you're good at something, I always believe that you should always know the foundation of it or where it comes from. And so being able to go there and see the foundation of what we collect, what we like, what's a part of the movies, that is like, it's almost life changing. And it would not surprise me, like say if I was there, I would probably be in tears at moments, to see the foundation of stuff, to to see the difference of how we live differently, but we're so much alike, and to know that this is the foundation of what we love. Oh man, there's no bigger there's no bigger thing that you can actually experience. And so for all y'all to experience that and experience it together, it was just amazing. Like I told Leslie, I said, man, I said I can't even stay on here because I have so many questions about so many things. And I just, I'm excited that y'all went. I was about to say I ain't jealous because y'all could have put me in one of them bags. I mean, I am little. I really am, and I was really waiting, Sandra. I was waiting for Leslie to offer it, I was waiting, but he never did. So I was like, well, it's cool, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to going to there. I'm definitely, man.
2027. We're going back in 2027.
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely.
Right there. That's Frank. We met him in Japan. We're good friends with him now. He said a group trip to Osaka and Kyoto. I'm down with that. 2027.
Yes.
Yes. Osaka, especially.
Yes. Yeah. Did y'all meet a lot of different people down there?
We met only just a handful of people, but Frank and his son. Frank is a collector over there in Japan, and he's a great supporter of Collect All Monsters.
Yes.
And he actually took us. This shot right here is very appropriate.
Yeah, I see.
On that Sunday, he actually took us to the spot. Remember in the 1954 film where Godzilla makes landfall on Odo Island, and he makes his first appearance over the hill, and they run to the top of the hill, and they look down at the beach and see his footprints. That was basically the you can't see it here in this photograph, but there's a beach by that footprint there, and that beach was where they shot that the overhand shot of Godzilla's footprints going into the ocean. So they made a monument there of his footprint right there, and it was at the foot of Tokyo Bay. So it's a monument where it signifies where Godzilla first made landfall in Japan in the first film.
Wow.
And he took us there, and then later on that day, and I know you'll get a kick out of this, he drove us to the Godzilla store in Odaiba that had the gigantic size Shin Godzilla there, a statue there. And Odaiba is very interesting, Marcel, because that is the place where Godzilla fought Megaguirus. Remember that part in the movie where Megaguirus rams that yellow thing on top of the building onto Godzilla's head?
Right.
We saw that building.
What?
So, yeah.
Oh, what is that down there with the beautiful, look like a beautiful sunset or something?
There goes Shin right there.
No.
Yeah.
That's the Godzilla store in Odaiba where Frank.
Wow. Did y'all bring that home?
I tried to.
No. Okay, at least you tried. As long as you tried.
I couldn't get past customs. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, you should have called me. I would have made something happen.
Sandra tried. and,
I know Sandra tried. Sandra tried.
And Sandra ain't the biggest Shin fan, but even she was like Negro, we getting this thing. Like, how we gonna do it?
I
know Sandra was trying for real.
One of those. I'm like, Frank, we need one of these. Okay, I need that in my life. I said, that look good. I got somewhere in the house right for that. I said it'll fit.
Wow. And that was so good to see y'all with Hammy and Dave and I mean that was just so, it was just it just seemed like it's a whole different thing when you even got people down there that and connect with. It just would just seem like it's such an amazing trip. It really did, man. We need to get that here. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, that was the first store that we went to, and again, thank you to Frank for driving us there.
Yeah.
Again, originally we were supposed to meet John that day, but by the time we got there, John had already went back to his hotel. But that's basically what you saw. You saw a whole bunch of Bandais there that were really, really cheap. Again, that's the building where Megaguirus on top of.
Right.
So
wow. So there we go. That's all I'm saying. Someone had a beautiful background. Look at that sunset. Oh my goodness.
I was shocked.
It would start getting
wow.
dark
Look how that looks.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
The sky is really orange like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That looked like a volcano in the sky.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it does. It
Mhm.
does.
Wow,
Yeah.
that really looks like a volcano in the sky.
Oops,
That wow.
Mhm.
Was it like that every night? Oh my gosh.
Not every night, because about the first time we got there, it was raining. But for the most part, you know, it was not cloudy. Just pretty much what you get. And honestly,
Wow, look at the night.
I was lucky to get that shot of Mount Fuji because I was told by Frank and other people that live there, there are days where you can't even see Mount Fuji because the clouds.
Right.
So we were
Right.
lucky to see Mount Fuji on the day that we did see it, because there are times where you can't really see it. And so that would have been a bummer if I couldn't see it. But again, but God was on our side with great weather the whole time we were there, pretty much.
It really is that many people out there like that at night like that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
whoa.
goodness.
Oh,
That
man.
look like New York.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
like,
three times the size of New
Yeah.
York. Yeah, it's 3
Jeez.
times the size. Yep.
Crossing.
Yes, sir.
On a Tuesday. I'm like, dude, like
And we walk around.
On a Tuesday, yeah.
I'm like, don't y'all work? Like don't y'all have jobs to go to? Like
that part.
Man.
Oh,
So
Wow.
I able to see all my.
Look, I thank y'all for letting me tune in with y'all real quick. I got
no
like
problem, sir.
8,000 things that's going on right now. Wow, is that you know? I'm trying to see these pictures. I need all these pictures. I need to go to y'all photos. Jeez. Sandra, I'm giving you a high five. You're doing good with my brother. You're doing good with him. You're doing good with him. You're doing good with him. It's the shoes for me.
Yes.
Wow, look at all them people. Good grief.
This is the Shibuya crossing.
Yeah, do everybody cross the sidewalk at the same time?
Mhm.
Yes.
Are you serious? Really like Resident Evil? Oh my gosh. That's really like Resident Evil. They really all cross at the same. Come on, bro.
Thousands at a time.
They are not crossing.
Yeah.
Why are they crossing the sidewalk like that?
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
they
and
do.
we were on the short angle because we were headed. Where were we going? Oh, to the Godzilla store.
Oh my God.
So it's not even the best angle, but
Okay, so why do they cross the sidewalks like that?
because it's because you come out of the station, Shibuya Station, and there's this intersections, you know, and everybody's got to get everywhere, and that's a huge station. I mean, you got to walk around to get to the other trains. It's pretty big, and they're always doing construction, it seems, and it's just a major convergence of folk.
It looked like a new sports game, a new sports arena or something. It's like it's a sports game. Who can get across the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Leslie, it's the red shoes for me, bro. Like the red shoes is what's up, bro.
Look, I had a big
okay.
Considering that, you know, I was kind of hurt that day, but you know.
Leslie, you didn't bring this one home right here. You didn't.
I wanted that one. I was like, man, I got somewhere to put that in the house for real.
Sandra, you didn't get that. You didn't get this, Sandra.
I wanted that one.
Sandra, so you ever see Ocean's 11? Is this what we're going back for? We going back to get this right there?
No, we're going back for the -1.
I want the 2000.
I don't know. I think this burning is like killing the game right here.
No, 2000 suit. That's I want the 2000 at the museum.
We need the fire effects and everything right there. Oh my gosh!
I don't know.
That's inside the store.
Yeah.
Do y'all not know I would have got arrested the first day I got there? They were like, we need to take. He got to go back home. I would have been breaking all kind of laws. There would have been no boundaries. I would have been climbing on stuff. Oh my God, that's so dope.
Yeah, it's dope.
Oh, you should see the 90. You should see the 91. There's a big 91
killing them.
Store.
Wow.
You got a picture of that 91? Yeah, so you can find that 91. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is that? That looks really good. So what is that?
Comfort food.
Do we have the recipe on TikTok for us to figure that out?
You can get the Japanese curry mix from the Japanese markets that are around the country. Oh,
really?
Yeah, there's one in Edgewater, New Jersey I go to called Mitsuha. And you can get I got packs of the curry sauce and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
It
for that
comes
90?
close, and that's sometimes all you need.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can find that.
91.
The 91.
Yeah, that day, boy. I said, "Ooh, I want that one too. I want all of them. I can put them in my yard." Woo.
I'm
Look, I
sorry,
got all.
I just came in and just messed up the whole thing. That's why I wasn't coming here. It was so many questions and so much stuff I wanted
No,
to
you're
ask.
fine. You good?
Like I
baby.
really did. It was so many things I want to see.
No, you good.
Oh, that's
There it
that's
is,
okay.
right there. That's it, right there. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, we would have got arrested. They'd have been like, "Hey, why is the black man unhooking that from the ground? Like, where is he going with that?" Yeah, it would have been real bad. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Dang.
You were getting the best shots, the best
Yeah.
close-up shots.
Look, I'm
Wow.
over there touching it, and Papa said, "Do not touch."
Yeah, Sandra, I would have been right with you. I would have been right with you, Sandra. I would have been choking it and acting like I'm in a movie with it. Yeah, I would have been. It would have been all bad. It would have been all bad.
Hurry,
Yeah.
Sandra, take this picture real quick.
Yeah, it would have been all bad. I've
And
been trying to
Marcellus.
open up his mouth.
Marcellus,
Yeah.
that's Frank. That's Frank.
Okay.
2027,
man.
baby. 2027 is gonna happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I ain't lying.
Wow. Looks amazing.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. Well, I love y'all. I so appreciate y'all. I'm gonna have to get running. Wow, I really want those. That burning Godzilla is doing life for me. I don't know what that is. That thing is just, it's just doing something for me. For real.
Hold on, before you go, I gotta show you the 2000.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the real suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have been in that. I'd have been locked up in an underground prison because I would have been. Yeah, they would have. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they would have been like, yeah, they didn't handcuff him 3 times. Yeah. Yeah, I would have took that. I definitely would have tried.
You would have walked out in the suit. I'm like,
And you know what?
Yeah.
like,
Sandra, I would have put it on.
Yeah, right there. She couldn't make that move.
Yeah, they'd be like, man, who got the suit on? They'd be like, yeah, that Marcellus is inside the suit, y'all. I'd have wore that on the airplane.
And honestly, you
trying
know
to
what?
run. Be trying to run in the suit.
And honestly,
Sandra,
you know
I would have
what?
wore it on the airplane. I'd have been sitting on the airplane eating snacks in that. Really, Leslie? That's what you're gonna do, Leslie?
That was the suit that they scanned to make this Super Toho Godzilla statue figure. They scanned.
Is that the
suit
black?
to make
What
this
is that you got in your hand? Is that the
This-
black
Yeah,
dragon?
No, this the X Plus Super Toho Godzilla. They scanned that suit you just saw and made this figure.
Wow,
That's
I've never
basically what
seen
they
that.
did.
Why
Yeah,
haven't I
that's what-
seen that one in your hand? You need to send me that so I can check that out for a couple years.
Man.
Well, I got the one that lights
No,
up.
don't do
Yeah,
me.
this is a figure.
You should
thing-
send me that.
Yeah,
Send me
mine
that
lights
so I
up.
can see if it's real accurate. It's gonna take me a couple years, but send me that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you need to send me that. Yeah, so that's a suit right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the suit. That actual suit.
Yeah, a suit, but they scanned it. They 3D scanned it, and they
Mhm.
made this figure. You see,
Wow.
see the similarities
it.
there. So yeah,
Yeah.
That's like
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite.
they hit that on point.
and it was right next to a coffee shop where we sat
Yeah,
there for
and we sat there and had dessert and stuff like that. It was great.
yeah.
And now, which store is that in?
It's in a library.
Well, library actually.
What?
Gaia literary or literature library. It's
Mhm.
in the same set of Gaias where Toho Studios is. So it's not far from there. You can take a bus between the two of them, but
Mhm.
it's right. It's a beautiful location.
Wow.
Mhm.
And also
Yep.
there they have like a little pond that have big, colorful koi fish. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would have dressed up like a librarian, and I would have been showing y'all around the library like I worked there, and then I would have picked it up and took it in the back and said I gotta clean it, and then y'all probably wouldn't have seen me no more.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
I mean, it was really that detailed. I mean, I really had it in my head. It was that detailed. It was really detailed like that. I really would have done that. I promise you, I would have done that.
Where's
I
Ladae?
definitely would have.
Where's she at?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from taking that. You're right, because that'd have been some muscle. That would have been hell. I mean, like, yeah, you need to pick up the tail, do something.
That's it right there. The koi fish that we
Yeah.
saw.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yep.
Wow, how big are those?
They're monstrous.
Yeah, I
they
took
are
a couple
big.
of those too.
The size of Mazdas, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're big.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I so appreciate y'all. Hey, is that the -1 building?
Oh yeah, this is the famous Waco clock building.
The clock tower.
Absolutely, the clock tower.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that called again?
The Waco.
The Waco.
Yep, WAKO building. It's been there for decades. You know, it survived.
So that building has been there since like before. Well, back where -1 was, right? By the 30s, 40s.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Wow.
in Ginza. It's in Ginza.
In Ginza, yeah.
It's in Ginza where -1 attack. And you see it in other Godzilla films. Of course, you see it in the first 54 where, Godzilla's like trying to bite it. There's a scene
That's
there.
right. That's right.
You briefly see it in Godzilla vs. Destroyer. You briefly see it in Shin Godzilla. And of course, you see it more so in -1. It might be in other films, but those are the ones that I can think of. But that building right there is also, remember the Japanese version of the Return of Godzilla 84? There's a small scene where he's like walking by a building and you see his reflection in it. That is the building. That is the building.
Wow. Man, it just looks incredible.
And that is a Shin Godzilla statue that at one time they had a Heisei Godzilla statue there, but they replaced it with Shin when Shin blew up. And they moved the Heisei statue inside Toho Cinemas, which is, I think, right across the street from where the statue was. Right there. Where I think they also play 4K Godzilla films. And I think, Frank, if you're still in the chat, I think Frank and Kyle saw Godzilla vs. Gigan in 4K yesterday there, if I'm not mistaken.
What? Is the Tahoe Studios is it pretty big?
Somewhat.
Gotcha.
I mean, we had to take, like, I think 2 escalators just to get up there. We didn't go inside the movie theater itself.
Right.
But,
we have like a little shopping area. We did buy some stuff there.
Right, yeah, sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. What an experience.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that y'all experienced that.
And honestly, you know what? Since we are approaching the 2-hour mark, we can go into this go into it more at a later date if we can. You know what, Marcel, you might as well just stay for the rest of the show because we're going to be here for like 20 more minutes and that's it. So
I'm sorry I took up so much of your time.
No, you're good.
No.
You're good. But what I want to do now is I want to have John and Sandra showcase a few of their things that they got from Japan. And again, we can go into this later on at a later date because we didn't even cover the hotel grocery stuff, honestly.
Yeah, right.
So we can do that at a later date, probably in December or maybe come the first of the year or something like that. But I'm going to give Sandra the floor and then we'll go to John. So, babe, showcase some of the things that you got from Japan where it necessitated where we had to have 3 gigantic big duffel bags to bring back to go through customs.
I know. I couldn't stop. I'm sorry. I'm going to make it quick. I'm definitely not going to show you everything, but like once I got started on that wheel, the wheel couldn't stop for some reason. So I'm going to show you this. I got this Makakura. I mean, this King Ghidorah, and I got this King Ghidorah. Got that one. Got that. Let's see. I got tissue holder. Got
What
that.
is that?
What was this? Is a tissue holder.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you put
Just send me. Let me borrow that.
Let's see here. Oh, I had to have that. I love orange.
Yeah.
So I love that. I thought that was so cool. And then, I love Hedras.
Oh, they're
So I
fantastic.
got those.
Wow.
Mr. Frank gave me this. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That's
Let's see here. Got toothbrush holders. Put in my guest bedroom.
Yeah.
I got Bye, Monte.
Did you say
Oh.
toothbrush holder?
Yeah. Look. Oh, I had to get this bad boy.
Make it
The
Garrus.
Mecha
Yeah.
Garrus.
Yes.
Let me borrow that.
Something that everybody was wanting.
Yeah,
I got,
Jack Condor.
look at there.
The giant condor.
Condor. Boom. Went for the collars.
Oh, I didn't see that guy.
Yeah, the
Yep.
91. The 91 Godzilla.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes.
Got that guy.
Yeah.
Got that guy. Little Burning Godzilla plush. Yeah. I went plush crazy. Got Hedra plush.
Oh my
got this
God.
one, Godzilla plush. Like I said, I'm not going to show you everything. Just a couple more things. And let
For
John have.
everything.
And then Helmy, we was chasing down these pillows.
Oh, those is dope. Those is dope.
Right? I like them. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here's another little Hedra.
Yes.
I was just going crazy.
Yeah, I think you brought every Hedra in the country.
They were giving out these cards.
Yeah, the cards.
I love the cards. And I got these kind of cards.
Oh.
And then
She really ain't.
Oh, wow.
The T-base.
Nice.
Wow.
Let me borrow that.
oh no, not in your life. Not in your life.
No, the frog tree. The frog tree. Excuse me.
Frog tree. But I got some other nice things. I had some nice lunches and things like that.
Hey, show that hoodie. Show that hoodie you got on.
Toho Studios.
Yes.
Awesome.
Back. Yeah, that was great. That was awesome. I mean, like I said, I got several more things, and then I realized I got two bedrooms upstairs. I have Godzilla figures in. Then our bedroom I have Godzilla figures in, and then in the living room downstairs I have Godzilla figures in. And I was like, oh, maybe I do have some Godzilla figures. I might need to try to go, consolidate them all into one room, maybe. Anyway, but that's all I'm going to show and tell. That's not everything, but I'm going to let
Sandra?
John have the floor.
You see that?
What?
Yeah, she ain't playing.
She ain't playing. That's right. Whoop, whoop. And boy, there's some things coming out that I'm looking forward to getting. I have to tell you. But I see some things that I want.
But it's funny. I gotta tell this quick story. It's funny. I think this was the Wednesday, the Wednesday before we checked out of the hotel that we were at the majority of the trip, and before we went to the Hotel Gray Street the next day for that one night. And so, because again, mind you, the room that we were in, they're not really that big, which is understandable because when you go to Japan, you're not going to be in your room all the time. So it doesn't necessitate that your room needs to be really big, since you're only going to be there just to sleep and take a shower. So, but at the same time, we're bringing all these big boxes in, and we got the duffel bags because we had to go to like 2 stores to get like the duffel bags we needed to transport everything properly. And so we're trying to get the big duffel bags together, and we start bringing out all our mini bags of stuff that we have to try and cram in there, and we try to basically separate my stuff from her stuff, right? And so I think we got to the point where we had 2 bags, and I think we had to get another bag. So we get to the point where we're starting to fill up the second bag to the brim, but there was like another bag that we bought some stuff that the duffel bag was
2 more bags.
No, I think it was one that the duffel bag was on top of. So I pick up the bag, and it's like a Godzilla store bag. And Sandra, the first thing she does is look at me and talk about, what else did you buy? And I'm sitting there like damn, what else did I buy? So to find out, we open up the bag, it's stuff that she bought. So she's looking at me like, I'm like, what did you buy? What did you buy?
I saw the picture. I'm like, good grief.
Cut it off. I couldn't cut it off.
It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize too, when you're over in Japan and you're buying things, just a FYI too, when you're over there buying things, most of the stores, when you go in, if you're spending at least 5,500 yen, all you have to do is show them your passport, and you do not pay any tax.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like that with every single store, but the good
Yeah,
majority of
but
stores
majority
stores
about
we went to
85%.
were
Yeah,
tax free. Was tax
yeah,
free.
tax free.
Like the gigantic 2002 that I bought, tax free. The
Yeah,
Shin
but
Godzilla, tax free.
I want to say this one more time. Thanks, Frank and Kyle, for your help on this, helping me to get
Hold on, babe.
this.
I'm
Okay.
gonna blow you up. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thanks again to
Wow,
Kyle
I think it's
and
dope.
Frank for helping me acquire this. I very much
Dope.
appreciate it. Okay.
I mean, because
Yes.
you know, Sandra, she has a thing for GMK just a little bit, so that's why she had to get that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Hey.
John.
Yes, sir.
You're
I
in the hot
love you
seat.
guys. I'm gonna have to get running here because I got to get to another meeting here. But I
Okay.
gotta get running here. I love you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Love you too,
Great
man.
to see
Take
you.
care.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
John.
Talk to you
Keep
later.
on keeping
All
on.
right.
All right.
On to you, John.
All right, John.
So
show us what you got.
I'm just going to share some of the things I really was really elated to get, and some things I didn't know I was going to get. It was just great to get. I think this might have been my biggest haul from Japan because the way we needed to buy bags, God help us. I mean, I was trying to get a couple, handbags, and we ended up getting those big monster, the big monster bag. So I got a lot of Bandais too, and I'll show some of the different Bandais that I ended up with. And I knew I wanted to get some Bandais because they've been getting so much better, and they're doing some great, making some great choices like the Flying 71 and all that good stuff with the door. So I already knew in my mind I'm going to come home with a bag of Bandais.
You got hella books.
Oh, I got my books.
Oh yeah, he got his books now.
I got my books. I still know if I have them close enough to me. I've been going through a basement purge, and I'm trying to. I got to gut half my Godzilla room and stow it in the basement so I can make room. If you saw what was around me, it's scary. But so I just the burning Godzilla Bandai. This is one I wanted to get with the 89 Super X. Yeah, you gotta have the Super X, right?
Yeah.
Come on. The Fallout the Rose was a must get. That's just some of the Bandais I got. Here was a Bandai I didn't expect to get. What was the when we were together in Akihabara? Was it the Coco Madarake? And so I found this awesome Desu.
Yeah, that's right. You did get that.
He's just beautiful. I was enamored with the gold dorsal plates and all. And it's just a great. I just love the sculpt and intensity, of the figure. And this was when we went back to Akihabara because the Ichiban Kuji lottery stuff is just gotten better and better, and the sculpts and all that. And the Mecha King Ghidorah that's out there, the King Ghidorah 91, just King Ghidorah, fantastic. And then they rolled out Space Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla 1975. But then when they showed these joints, I had to have. I was so glad to find one and not do the lottery. There were a couple fellow fans that Godzilla fans and collectors I saw at Odaiba at the Odaiba store. They recognized me and they said hello, and we got a selfie together. But they had tried like 8 times at the lottery, and they couldn't get what they wanted. And when we went to Akihabara, and Sandra was like, Sandra could just wave her hand, and whatever I was looking for would show up.
Except for an elevator. Or an escalator. Remember that? She almost tried to kill you then. Like, bro. Remember that, Sandra? She was like, John, I know there ain't no escalator. I know you can make us walk.
That was so wrong.
You daggone right.
But the Lord has spoke to me.
Don't put God in that. Sandra said
we
something.
need to go up them steps. Okay. And I had to have this. And here's the thing, y'all. there's some things that we got. I don't know how y'all made out because Leslie, you had to bring your gigantic Shin Godzilla home.
It was
And
amazing.
I'm gonna tell you, you get in Japan and you see everything and you're gonna just get it. And you got to start wondering day after day after shopping spree, like how am I going to get this home? And forget about shipping right now with the customs and all that stuff. So you got to
Absolutely.
plan, but sometimes you got to tear up your boxes. And I had to tear up my model kit boxes because there were a few model kits. I'm not a model builder, but I'm getting these model kits. And one was the Aoshima model kit. So I had to break the box apart just to get it home. But fantastic kit, a plastic model kit. The other one, I also got the Kyoto, and I had a box, but I had to break it apart. The 54 train biter, which
Yes.
And when we were together, and y'all wanted to go up those steps, I was so proud of you. I got the Super X model while we were there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, remember you said there's not anymore. There's not anymore. I said, John, what's that right there? What's that right there? He said,
you did.
I said, I'm 2 for 2.
Okay. The other thing, when we went to Kinokuniya after we come from the Godzilla store, Tokyo, the original Godzilla store, we stopped and we picked up the Shinjin by Giagostini, and it has a booklet all about the fighter inside, and there's the. So I'm going to do some toy photography between Shinjin and this big old mouth here. You know,
that'll be nice. Nice.
Yeah, can't wait to see that.
Yes. Kyle had brought it up, and I had always wanted to get this. And I was like, oh, you're so right. And he was saying, I didn't think it was ever available anymore. And we went to Nakano Broadway. We were all kind of scattered apart. And I didn't get to go through all the bookstores. I got books, but I really can't share them because I don't know where I put them. But I found the thing we were talking about. And this thing is so heavy. Thank God they allowed me to take my carry-on bag and put it in the luggage in the storage baggage department in Japan, whatever. And I had to carry this on the plane, but this thing was heavy. This is the Ultra Q and Ultraman treasure box. And this thing's so heavy. It's reprints of like the original like scripts and print material from those days. It's wonderful. The back has got the Science Patrol helmet. So that was a great get and find. This shirt I got for Godzilla Day. And there's so much. I got some vintage stuff. I'm going to be quick here. And where did I put my books? I'm sorry, y'all. Let me share something. And Alex, if Alex is still in Hundo, Makuta-san, my good dear friend Keita-san, he's an Ultraman and Godzilla author. This is the last thing I'll share. I had the privilege of having lunch with him, and he gifted me some really wonderful gifts. But there was nothing better than this. Some really wonderful gifts, but this one. And Sandra and Leslie, if we had time, I really wish we could have went to see this. And gosh, he gave me this wonderful book that says "Never Forget" in Japanese, and I can't wait to translate it. And it's the story of the Lucky Dragon number 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it's the Lucky Dragon number 5 is really is the story of Godzilla. It's the reason why there is. And the Eiko Maru that's at the beginning of 54. That is supposed to directly connect you to the story of a Lucky Dragon.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, because they're on the ship on March 3rd.
That's very thoughtful. Very thoughtful.
They see the flash of the atomic, the hydrogen bomb tests, and they're taken aback, and that's what's happening at the opening of 54.
Godzilla 54. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Very
and so you can, and this is that great question you asked. just about how Japanese and Frank, talked about the two sides. Yeah, Alex, I see you down here. Makuta-san, bless you and thank you, Keita-san, for everything.
Yes.
When you mentioned about how the Japanese think about us and our relationship to Godzilla, and well, this is when you go to Japan, and I wish we had a chance to go see the Lucky Dragon #5. It's there, and really get the story behind the story and behind the movie. Just why I mentioned Frankenstein. It connects you with what the monsters really represent, and it really represents the people.
Absolutely.
People that get hurt that shouldn't get hurt when we fight.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we covered a lot, and you know what? Honestly, we didn't even cover everything that we did and everything that we saw. But again, I tried to stay the man of my word and keep my wonderful people here for 2 hours. But that means we gotta do another show at some point, but we'll definitely do that. We'll definitely come back on the Entertainment's Kaiju review. So not going away completely, but we'll come back at a later date and probably get more people involved who have more questions or anything like that. But I, on behalf of Sandra, want to thank Helmy, Kyle, John, David, Frank, especially Ed Holland, Frank's awesome son, everybody that we met in Japan, and of course, last and certainly but not least, the awesome, wonderful, our brother, John Ruffin. Like we could not have done this without you. You especially. The places that you took us to, the things that we saw, the things we experienced, the food we got to indulge, the places that we've seen in these movies, now seeing them firsthand in person, seeing this magnificent culture up close, and just being reminded how just some things that we take for granted here in America. Like, it's just amazing to see just that culture and just have people be respectful of each other, and just not trying to say we don't have that here, because we do, but just to see how they do things over there is really, really mind blowing, honestly. And it makes you reassess some things, to be honest with you, but it also makes you want to go back. And even though the catalyst was us being Godzilla fans for wanting us to go, but I know we want to go back, to experience more of Japan. If Godzilla's a part of it, so be it. If not, then it doesn't have to be a prerequisite. We want to enjoy the country, enjoy the culture, the tech, the rich history with the temples and everything in between. But you made our first trip to Japan one of our, if not the best trip that we have ever had in our lifetime. And again, on behalf of Sandra, I cannot thank you, John, enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sandra, you have any parting words for John and everybody that's stuck with us for the past couple of hours detailing our first trip to Japan?
John, you're such a genuine person. You're very humble. I just can't thank you enough for being our friend over all these years, and we're looking forward to traveling with you again. And you've just been such a blessing, and I just can't thank you enough. We really, really, really appreciate it. And if there's anything we could ever do for you, just let us know.
And bless you both. Oh, wow. It was a pleasure. I could not have asked for a better time and to be with you both. I appreciate you asking me and trusting me in that way. It was a great, great honor. It's wow. It's kind of a bookends to my time about 30 years ago to Japan, going with family on my second trip with my mom. And this is like a bookend going with family. Your family to me, and I appreciate you embracing me over these years. And I'm thank God that we've grown closer, and especially being a whole nother world. On the other side of the world.
Yeah, right, literally.
I love you both. Love you. Appreciate everything you mean to me, and to allow me the privilege of getting to know you both. I appreciate you so much.
We really appreciate it. And again, thank you both for sharing your hauls, or at least some of the stuff that you got from Japan. Sandra with your Hedras and your Bandais, and of course John with your books and all the venture stuff that you got. Thank you so much, and as well as everybody in the chat for enjoying this stream with us, because again, we wanted to share what we saw with y'all, just to provide some incentive for people who have not gone to Japan and want to go to Japan. Trust me, like I said last night, I know it can be an undertaking because it is an expensive endeavor to go to Japan, to pay for the flights, to pay for lodging, for food, even the transportation card. You know, you have to take all that into consideration, not to mention the stuff you may want to shop for while you're there. I can understand that it's hard to raise money for a trip like that and still be a collector in this day and age. But I would say, like, again, like I mentioned last night, like a gigantic would cost you like maybe $800 at this point. If you don't really need it, why don't you save that for your Japan trip? That could be your plane ticket right there. Or a favorite sculptor's line release may cost 400. You know what? That's your food for the week right there in Japan.
Right.
Every little bit helps. And again, the collectibles will always be there. They will never stop coming. But Japan trips, make that more a priority, especially if you're a seasoned collector in this game and you already know that the stuff is not stopping anytime soon. Use that money wisely now and go to Japan and enjoy what they have over there and enjoy the reason why we have Godzilla in the first place and enjoy the culture. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience, and we cannot advocate that enough. And again, if you have questions, hit up Helmy. He's a gold mine of knowledge when it comes to going to Japan, as well as John Ruffin. And of course, Frank in the chat. He has made it real clear that he's willing to help, you know, bring stateside people to Japan. Or if you happen to go over there, you know, hit him up and maybe he can show you some sites, or, you know, help you out however you can. You know what I'm saying? And again, this first trip to Japan did not disappoint, and would not be the last. Also, Eric Stope, I know you're in the chat. I know you stepped out. I know you're back, you know, whatever. Even though we covered a little bit here on the show, if you want to cover it more on your show on NWA, or if you need footage of what we saw in Japan, just let me know and I can shoot it your way, you know, whatever. I'm willing to share wherever we saw as many people as we can, just to get your bus over to Japan, because it is well worth the trip. And we're definitely going back. We're putting it out there in the universe. 2027, we're definitely going back. Me, Sandra, John, Marcellus, Lade, like, we're going there. We're gonna hit up Frank, go to Osaka, Kyoto. If we can squeeze Okinawa, we can. We're gonna try, but we're definitely going back in 2027. So again, thank you, sweetie. I really do appreciate it. Mwah. I know you're in the next room, but you're right there. Thank you for being my ride or die. Thank you for being, you know, you set a course for us. You set a budget. And, you know, without you doing that, we would have never gone. So thank you for everything that you did. Of course, Helmy, thank you for everything that you did with the planning. Kyle, David, Frank, of course, his awesome son. Ed Holland, thank you for what you did. And again, John, really, seriously, thank you. Can't wait to see you again. I'm sure it will be real soon. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, again, we'll come back at some point and talk about more what we did on the trip to Japan. I don't know when that's going to be. It might be soonish, maybe. It just depends on what our schedule's looking like, because, you know, next week is Thanksgiving, and, you know, we're going to the holidays after that point, and then Christmas will be here before you know it. Then New Year's, you know, if I had to guess, maybe sometime in January, maybe after we get all the holiday stuff, because we're all going to be busy. Because, you know, my wife throws down in the kitchen on Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I got to give her time to that, so I can eat good on Thanksgiving, because, you know, I eat real good, you know. But again, thank you so much for being here, and we'll definitely come back and talk about everything else we did on our trip to Japan at a later date. So in the meantime, thank you to Sandra, thank you to John, and everybody in the chat. We really do appreciate it. We'll definitely see you here again on Leslie Chambers Kaiju Reviews. I ain't gone forever. I'm still around, but you know, but we'll come back and do this again. So I think it's only fitting that I'll close it out with what I always used to say on my videos. So again, thank you to Sandra, thank you to John, everybody, for being here. Really do appreciate it. So now I thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see y'all again on the next Figure and Move review. Wow, haven't said that in a while, but it feels good. So, but again, thank you so much. We're out of here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.